All right, another day is in the books here at 49ers training camp. And before we get to the quarterbacks, I got to give you some of the standouts for the day. Surprising standout, Taco Charlton, who just signed with the team, had a fantastic day. Gave his quarterbacks hell every time he was on the field. And then during the one-on-one drills was an absolute monster. So first day on the team, already making a big impression. I think he's better than Clelin Ferrell based off of what I've seen over a few days. Maybe it was a flash in the pan, but he certainly did flash in a big way. Two more standouts I want to get to. Yesterday, I talked about two position groups that I wanted to see something from today. One of them was tight ends. Unfortunately, nobody stood out from them. The other one was the running back position. And oh boy, TDP and Jordan Mason were untouchable today. They were so dang good. Listen, they both looked very explosive, ran the ball with purpose. Mason, I loved it. He set the tone multiple times, was squaring up with linebackers after the play because linebackers love to tackle in these 11-on-11 drills. You're not supposed to, but they want to pop you, and Jordan Mason was having none of that. He set the tone very early on, letting him know that's not going to happen, and was the one that was laying the hits at the end of plays. So shout out to both TDP and Jordan Mason. Had themselves a heck of a day. Let's get into the quarterback competition per se. Brock Purdy, man, really good day. It was awesome to see Brock Purdy out there. 6 of 7. He had a touchdown during the red zone period. I would say his best throw of the day, actually his best throw of the day, I didn't even count because he got sacked, but it was in the red zone period. He got sacked. The play continues. After you get a sack, the play continues, and he threw a nice little pass, lobbed it over a defender's hand in the back corner of the end zone to Juwan Jennings. His only miss of the day was actually very reminiscent of the Seattle play where Brandon Ayuk, and it was actually Brandon Ayuk was trailing the back corner of the end zone, and Brock Purdy rolled out, airmailed him a little bit, didn't really put it in a spot that could be caught. That was his only miss of the day. It wasn't a great throw, but what are you going to do? He was 6 of 7. It was a good day. He did take 4 sacks, though. Definitely got to note that. He is holding on to the ball a little bit longer than what you would expect from Brock Purdy. Again, there's so much that goes into this. There's so much timing, things like that they're trying to work on. And for him, that's one of those things that will probably take a while before it comes back, is just that timing and that rhythm. But today, he looked very sharp as a passer. Even on the 4 sacks when the plays continued, he completed 3 of 4 of those passes as well. So Brock Purdy, much better today, by far his best day. And I would say he had the best day of all the quarterbacks. Trey Lance, he went 4 of 6, had a sack as well. He had the best throw of the day. It was an incredible throw. He had, by the way, they picked on Ambry Thomas. Ambry Thomas is not going to make this team. I would be shocked. Brock Purdy picked on him, and then Trey Lance had one opportunity to pick on him as well. He was actually in good coverage on this throw. Ayuk ran a comeback on the far right sideline. Trey Lance was on the left side. Good throw outside the numbers. I think it was around 15 yards downfield, and Ambry was in good coverage. Give him credit on this one, but Lance just put it in a spot that nobody but Ayuk could get to. Ayuk, stickiest hands I may have ever seen, was able to bring that thing down. Phenomenal catch, phenomenal throw, great throw by Lance. He did have 2 throws, though, that he certainly would want back. There's no doubt about it. He had one where the very first throw of the day, rolled out right, had Kittle, missed him by a couple feet. Definitely a throw that he should have completed. And then he had one more in the red zone period as well, where he had, I think it was Dwelly, on very similar, except for this time he didn't roll out. He was on an out pattern in the end zone. He put it on Dwelly, but it was kind of like, if I'm running this way, he put it on this shoulder here, and you would prefer that it would be out in front. So those were his 2 misses of the day. Other than that, had a really good throw, did take a sack, and completed. The other 3 throws were more like short, dump off 5-yard throws. For him, I'd probably give him like a B day. Nothing special. Definitely wasn't horrible. Just kind of, you know, he was there. He played decent, but wasn't like the superstar of the day, like I would say Brock Purdy probably was. Sam Darnold. Whew. Wow. Listen, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Sam Darnold was awful today. Absolutely awful. 1 of 5, a sack, 2 near interceptions in the red zone period, by the way. He just did not look sharp today. During the red zone period, he went 0 of 3. Near, like I said, 2 interceptions. One of them was a bad throw to Latu, who was on an out pattern. Threw it way outside. Latu was able to get a finger on it, but it tipped it up and almost got picked. And then the very next play, threw it right into the linebacker's chest. Should have been a pick right on the goal line. Linebacker dropped it. He's been the most consistent, right? Everybody deserves some grace. A bad day here or there. Today was certainly his, and it was not pretty whatsoever. So we'll see if he can bounce back here in a couple days. Brandon Allen, believe it or not bad himself. He went 3 of 3. Did have 2 sacks. On the sacks, he completed his throws afterwards, but again, it was a sack. The play would have been dead. But, you know, sharp-ish. Nothing insane from him, but steady day. Same as Lance, I'd probably give it a B day. So of the 4 quarterbacks, Darnold certainly had the roughest day, and Brock Purdy, I would say, had the best day. So good to see him bounce back. Darnold now is going to have to bounce back. I believe the next practice is going to be on Thursday, and if they're keeping the same schedule, Brock Purdy won't be there, meaning Trey Lance and Sam Darnold will split the first team reps. It'll be interesting to see how both of them play throughout that period. But one last thing, I got to say, Lance, that's 3 days in a row, you know, 2 B days and an A day. He's starting to, quote unquote, stack days, as they would say. So good to see him do that as well. I will be live again with Rohan around 2:30, so make sure you tune in there. We'll see you then. Peace.